So, I read a book the other day and it was amazing. I learned so much and I highlighted it all over things. I took notes. I started quoting this book to people. It's changed my life. Now imagine they're talking about your book, okay? I know you've said this at some point. You read something. It was so impactful. It was amazing. So and so, you should read it, right? We do this. We do this all the time. We go to books, we find solace, we find healing, we find permission, we find inspiration and transformation. We find so much in the words of others. You are writing a book. You want to have this impact for people. You want to be that person people are talking about. You want to have your book have that impact for somebody. Okay? That makes you a thought leader. It does. It really, really does. And so throughout the whole writing process and the publishing process, we're walking you through and supporting all these different steps. But right here, right now, we're in element 3 of becoming a thought leader. And we're going to look at different ways that you can nurture your readers and have them become clients or just add value to their experience so that you are that voice that means so much to them. Okay? So there's 3 avenues that we're going to deconstruct here about how you can really nurture your readers and support them. This is the 3rd element. So in number 1, expert positioning, authority marketing. Who are you? Who do you help? How do you help them? And in what way? This is super important so that they know if you're the right fit, okay? In the 2nd element, we were really looking at taking it beyond the book, having things to add value, ways that you can support your readers beyond the book, before the book even comes out. And this 3rd element is looking at 3 different ways, 3 different places you can really position yourself to be a thought leader. This does not happen overnight. All the people that you quote, all the people you look up to, did not get to where they are now instantaneously. And I need you to remember that. They got there day after day after day. And so what the steps here are not one and done. It's not something that you're just going to be able to check off instantaneously, but I want you to begin to work at it step by step. Okay? The 3 places that we are going to really position you to be a thought leader, nurture your readers, and find your clients in there too is in the book. Hopefully that's obvious, but definitely, I've shared before, I forgot to do that. In my first book, I did not sufficiently explain who I was, how I helped, who I helped, and I certainly didn't invite them in anymore. I didn't offer them more value. I didn't offer them more of me. It was just when the book was over, it was over. And I really regret that. I've gone back and made those changes, but I want to save you from having to do that and republish and all of this stuff. If you have books out and you do need to go back, let's talk about how to do that. It's really the same steps here. But so in the book, add some invitation to your freebie offer. You don't even have to sell your low ticket offer. One of our clients wrote a book, and in one of the chapters, she said, "This is a piece of something that I teach in my retreat, and I'm going to teach it to you now because it helps support blah, 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 blah." That's it. She wasn't selling her retreat. She taught the thing that she teaches her other clients, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? People are reaching out to her and saying, "Tell me more about your retreat." Okay? Because if you are using expert positioning and you are adding value and you do this, like, come, let me support you more in your book, not in a sleazy sales way, but just like, here's what I do and how I help, people will automatically come to you. The right people will come to you. You don't have to chase them down. They will be converted. They will have had inspiration and transformation already from your book. And you're just taking these small little steps to pave a pathway for them to know that they can reach out to you. And I want you to really think about this, that it seems maybe obvious or silly, but I get emails from people who have read my book, people I've never heard of and heard from. They reach out to me the first time and they said, "I love your book. Thank you so much. I can't believe you gave us your email address. It's so great to be able to reach out to you." That's amazing. And it's probably 1 in 100 of readers, excuse me, that actually follows up on that. But those are the people we want to be in touch with anyway. And without that invitation, those people may not have reached out to me or tried to stalk me and track me down. But I made it easy for them. So in the book, be sure, at least in 3 different places, to pave that pathway with adding the opt-in for a free thing, and make sure that whatever your freebie is, that you have lead capture set up on your website so that you know who they are. Don't just give something away. You want to give something away and know who they are so you can send a follow-up email. What did you think of it? How's it going? Where are you going from here? Can I be of more assistance? Right? That. You need the lead capture on your opt-in, your free stuff. Put it in the introduction. This is in your checklist. Make sure it's in the book in the introduction. That in your introduction, you are also positioning yourself as an authority. Around page 10, it's certainly in the first 20 pages of the book, invite again. Show them, not everybody reads the introduction, but say, hey, I have this thing. If you want it, click here. Okay? And at the end of the book, at the end of the book, and of course your bio has authority marketing, and if you want to drop in the, download your free da-da-da here, or access your free, whatever. That gives people, we sometimes need more than one nudge, but in the book itself, in your manuscript, if you're writing it now, think about what is your freebie offer? Where does it make sense to place it? But make sure it's in there at least 3 times, okay? If you've already written your manuscript, go back, make sure that you've done element 2 of becoming a thought leader. What's your freebie? What's your low ticket? What's your high ticket? The author I was mentioning sold $70,000 more in people were coming and joining her retreat. Okay, that's not a low ticket thing, that's a high ticket thing. $5,000 retreat. Joining because they read about it, because they already had transformation from the book. They were like, yeah, I'm in, I want more. Tell me where. Tell me where to buy it. Okay. This transformation, and it's not just sales, right? It's a two-way street. You get sales and they get life-changing transformation. That's how it works. So make sure your book is very much optimizing your position as an authority. You have value to add. You've written the book. You are the expert, okay? But let them know how they can access more. You did element 2. You made sure you had more. This is the part where we make sure they know how to get that more, okay? So in the book, that's where we definitely establish that relationship and invite readers to get more access to you, the author. The second part of this is find your people, okay? I know that sounds obvious, maybe, and you're like, well, I have social media, and yeah, I have this. So here's an example. We have an Instagram account. We have a Facebook group. I have 3,000x followers on Facebook. Cool. Are they my target readers? Are they my target audience? Or are they random people that I know from high school and folks that I met during my travels and my former students? I was a high school teacher, so not former clients, but like people I know from totally different ways. I have like 17 cousins. So 17 of those 3,000 are probably also not my target audience. They're just friends and family. So finding your people doesn't mean just getting followers or having an audience. It means having the right audience. So the next thing is really curating your community and making sure that the people that you're talking to are the right people. Otherwise, you can just keep talking and nothing's going to happen. Okay. So go through, who are your people? We only work with women. Half of my audience is male. It's just like that's my social media following isn't, unless I make it purposefully, my target audience. So make sure that the people you're talking to are the people you mean to be talking to. So curate your community and then cultivate new people. Okay, now, don't wait till your book is out to make those connections. Find the people who are gonna be excited about your book. Find the people who are interested in your free offer and your low and high ticket offers. Who needs what you have? Do that now, okay? Later on in the publishing process, you're going to be building a launch team. You're going to have who are the first people who want to line up and buy that book? Who are the people on that waiting list for that retreat, for that next thing that you have? Who are your super fans? And I want you to think about this. There's the people who will buy the book because they love you, okay? Your mom and your aunt and you're this and you're that and your best friend, and they want to buy the book and support you because of you. And that is wonderful, and we want to take care of them. But they're not your target audience, okay? They're not going to be the person who buys the book and then downloads the freebie and then opts in to take your course and someday maybe as a high ticket client, okay? That's not who that is. They're going to buy the book and support you, but that's that, okay? It's a small circle. I want you to begin to be thinking about who is your ideal reader, who's your ideal client, where are they? Go find them and build those connections now, okay? If you're writing about writing, be in writers groups. If you're writing about domestic violence, be connected with communities that focus on your topic. If you're writing about being an amputee, go to places where your ideal clients congregate, okay? If you're whatever you're writing about, find where those people are congregating already. Use other people's communities, use other people's groups, and build those connections now. You need to be building the momentum so when you launch, you can activate it and really accelerate it. Don't start from scratch the day your book comes out. It'll slow your progress significantly. So, in the book, be the thought leader. Find your people, build that community now. Make sure the community you're talking to are the right people. And then the third part of this last element is be seen. Be seen. Okay? You're writing a book. Maybe the whole public element is not your favorite. Speaking on stage does not have to be your favorite, but you do need to be willing to be seen in different ways, okay? And we go into this in the pre-launch phase of publishing. What are your best ways to be seen? Don't go and do the thing that scares you so much that you've never wanted to do and makes you want to vomit every time. Please don't build a plan that forces you to do that. A lot of the time we look at what other people are doing and say, I have to do that to be successful, but I hate doing that, so I'm not going to be successful. We're not going to do that here. We're going to really look at how can you be seen as you are using the strengths that you already have. So being seen involves some simple steps that you can actually do right now is activate your known community. Who do you know right now, even if they are that friend base, aren't ideal clients? Who do you know that can help you be seen? Does somebody you know manage a community? Does somebody you know host a church event? Does someone you know host a speaking something or a book club or anything? A book club. A book club. Are you part of a book club? Are you part of a book club network? Maybe you can begin to lay the foundation for being seen through someone else's network. Okay, does somebody you know host a podcast? Does someone you know have a newsletter about something that you're interested in? Even if you are a member of the audience, you can reach out to the leader and say, hey, I've been following you for a long time. I love what you do. Here's who I am, expert positioning. Here's what I'm doing. And I have a book coming out. I'd love to share it with your audience, or let's communicate. Let's just build that connection. Media, absolutely lots of ways. Social media as well as print and old school, anything. Where do your ideal readers go for support? Make sure you're in those places. Make sure you're in those groups. Make sure you're a participant and an active member, and then begin to share. It's better, absolutely, to build a relationship, build that connection before you just go in and drop a bomb and say, hey, can I have something? Or, hey, I'm this total stranger, buy my book. Well, it's not really. It's not going to jive as much as if you're an active member, if you know a lot of people, if you've been cultivating your community, like in step 2, then everyone's going to rally around you and support. So what are the media avenues where your people hang out that you can begin to be a part of now? You don't have to market your book today, but go find where they are, okay? And then plan backwards, okay? Have the strategy like we've been talking about. What do you need to do to be visible in those right channels at the right time when your book comes out? Well, join the group now. Okay, what's the next thing? Introduce yourself, make some new connections, eventually share that you've got a book coming out. Okay, plan backwards so it's not haphazard and it's not just, hey, give me something. Add value, let them know who you are, share and shine. And the last piece, the now what of thought leadership. How do you go from where you are to where you want to be? It's little by little every single day. And it is absolutely not, it doesn't feel like this rocket blast, but if you do these steps little by little, you will be where you're dreaming of being. But you do have to do it every day. Okay? Every single day is your chance to be that thought leader, not to someday be the thought leader, be the thought leader today. Okay? And so that means sharing about what you're doing, sharing about what you're building, sharing where you are in the process. The little community that's just rooting you on and wants you to be successful, they'll cheer you on. But the community that you're building and cultivating, they'll also start to listen. Okay? They'll listen, they'll watch from the sidelines, and the more that you share, the more that they'll interact. But if you do not share, people are overwhelmed and they are not psychic and they won't know. Okay? So share, not don't just make noise, but share, add value, share vulnerably, share truthfully. I'm having a freak out because, I'm at this stage of the process and I'm da 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 da. Or so excited, I just, built my course and I can't wait to share it with the world. Share your truth and people will identify with that and resonate. The right people will, I promise. But begin to share and add value every single day. Put offers on the table, invite people to participate, reach out, build relationships with the people who are leaders of the communities that you want to be a part of. Okay. This is really how you show up and be seen. Okay. Do it in a way that feels genuinely you and authentic. This may also involve some degree of growing, but don't just go do the thing that scares you so much because you'll end up shutting down. And that is not it. Every single day, step by step. Okay. Remember, if you have questions about this process, to reach out to the community always, reach out in the mastermind, and reach out to your publishing manager in those weekly calls whenever you need support. We are here. This has been a slightly longer video. I just wanted to make sure that we really wrap up this whole becoming a thought leader piece because it is really fundamental to what we do at Red Thread. We're not just helping you write and publish. We are helping you become successfully published authors and really hold your own and become the go-to expert in your field using your book as that foundation. Okay, so when you've done this, share it with us. When you have questions, reach out to the community. We really look to each other as much as anything else. So as you're going through this, you'll be learning from others and simultaneously teaching people who are a little bit newer at the process. So this is why we share, and I cannot wait to see what you do with it. Bring your questions to us and we will keep you moving forward. Have a beautiful day.